You're watching EAC News. Thanks for joining us. Prime Minister Hun Sen and the Ambassador of Japan to Cambodia, Mikami Masahiro, signed an exchange of letters and related documents on the provision of concessional loans nearing at a total of $200 million for the second phase of the COVID-19 Crisis Response Emergency Support Loan project between Japan and Cambodia. EAC News reporter Chamuramrete said has more details.
The provisions of concessional loans with an approximately total of $185 million or 20 billion yen were signed off by Japanese Ambassador Mikami Masahiro and the Prime Minister Hun Sen at the Peace Palace on Wednesday morning. Japan's lending to Cambodia is now in its second phase, with the first phase providing more than $227 million in loans in 2020 to support the implementation of the royal government policy and respond to the health, social, and economic impacts of COVID-19, especially on the social aid for the poor and vulnerable. According to the Ministry of Economic and Finance, the royal government of Cambodia has not yet used that loan. In addition, the government of Japan has also provided ambulance, vaccine cabinets, medical equipment, and 1.3 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine to Cambodia. Since the outbreaks of the COVID-19 pandemic began, the royal government has issued a number of mechanisms responding to the crisis with a total budget around $2.3 billion. The release of the national budget is intended to support the lives of people affected by COVID-19, pay wages to the workers in garment and textile sectors, as well as workers in the tourism sector, and to buy vaccines to inject people. On 27 January 2020, Cambodia reported the focus of the COVID-19 virus in a man from Wuhan, China. After the presence of COVID-19 was detected in Cambodia, the royal government began announcing the closures of a number of sectors. The 20 February community event in 2021 was the longest-running large-scale transmission event in the kingdom. After a successful vaccination campaign, Prime Minister Hun Sen announced the full reopenings of the country on 1st November 2021, then declared the ends of the 20 February events on 20 December. The Prime Minister, however, still continued to urge vigilance in the fight against COVID-19, including the need of swift vaccination. Prior to the pandemic, Cambodia had an average economic growth rate around 7%, which declined by 3.1% in 2020. They saw an increase of 2.4% by 2021. The Asian Development Bank forecasts that Cambodia's economic will grow by 5.5% in 2022. Jambrong Retiset, EAC News.